Next concept, the architecture affect the factors that influence them. In previous class, we observed architecture influences. From this figure, you can observe the architect is affected by the stakeholders, developing organization, technical environment, and background experience of the architect. So if anything is affected, automatically architect is going to be affected. Because of that, architecture is also affected. Now in this case, if any modifications happening on the architecture, for example, once architect given some architecture, in that architecture stakeholder may not satisfied, then what architect need to do? He need to modify. So if he want to modify, again he need to look back, and again he need to ask what your modifications. Then it is a loop back system. Nothing but architecture once get finished, if it is not satisfied by any, again architect need to look back. Once architecture is completed, stakeholders is not satisfied, then again architect needs to modify it. Then if you observe in this case, architecture will internally affect the stakeholders. Same architecture will internally affects the developing organization. Here developing organization is nothing but management and principles and goals, what they are exactly required. Then technical environment. Once architecture is finished, the particular tools or modules not available in that particular company, again he need to look back to that technical environment. Same, once he completed architecture, if he identified any new methodologies or new techniques based on his previous experience, then automatically that will affect the architecture. Now here if you observe both cases, architecture influences will affect the architecture. Same architecture modifications or influences will affect the stakeholders, developing organization, technical environment, and architect's experience. That's why it is calling a loop back system. Simply it is an architecture business cycle will refers. Next concept, software process and the ABC. Nothing but architecture business cycle. Now how software procedure or process will involved in the architecture business cycle. Software process is the term given to the organization and management of software development activities. It is nothing but depends on the particular organization or company what procedure they are followed to implement a project. That's called a software process. The best example, one company followed one procedure, another company followed other procedure, PBR which example PBR which followed one method to maintain college system, and same VEC, and same some other engineering colleges followed their own methods. This software process depends on the organization, what they are followed their own. Now see what the activities commonly include in the following, what are called architecture activities. First activity, creating the business case for the system. The meaning of this creation of business case for the system is, suppose you want to start a project. For that project, for what purpose we are implementing? We are targeting any kind of people, or it is the time to implement particular project. Is there any society requirements are needed? That all considerations will comes under implementation of a project. If you consider business case for the system, these all factors, targeting people, targeting time, targeting industry, targeting methodologies, targeting users, a particular kind of user, these all comes under business case for the system. If you not concentrated, if you implement that particular project also, that will not helpful. And understanding the requirements, you started implementing a project, you should collect what are exact requirements needed for the project. Creating or selecting the architecture. If you are creating a new project, you maybe use new architecture creation, or else if you want to deliver product very quickly, you can use some existing models of the architecture. Documenting and communicating the architecture. Documentation phase is very important. Why? Because each and every people involved in that project implementation, they want to know what happening in the each phase. Documentation will help. A documentation will be maintained for understandability purpose. If any new user also want to know about your project, the documentation should be maintained. Analyzing or evaluating the architecture. Once you finalized your architecture, that should be goes for evaluation. There are methods are there proposed by software industry to analyze or evaluate the architecture. Why evaluation? Evaluation procedure is used to correct the if any mistakes happening in the project. Evaluations. Implementing a system based on the architecture. Once evaluation performed, now you identified some mistakes. From that mistakes, again you have to modify it and finalize the architecture. Once finalized, now your system is ready to build based on your architecture. And finally, ensuring that implementation conforms to the architecture. What you have been conformed with that architecture, you are going to be implement the original project. Now this is a common software process followed by most number of industries, software industries. Next concept, what makes a good architecture? Now see the concept itself, what makes a good architecture? If you not concentrated on the factors what are affecting the architecture, definitely your architecture design comes with the poor architecture. Once architecture is designed with the poor, the project is also not reliable and efficient one. That's why before starting implementation of the project, you should prepare a good architecture. Now think factors, what it will make a good, what are factors that will use the good architecture? Now based on the considerations, they provided two types of factors or two types of clusters, process recommendations and product recommendations. If you follow these two, definitely your architecture somewhat comes with the good architecture. Now see first one, process recommendations. The architecture should be the product of single architect or small group of architect with identified a leader. Nothing but you started implementing a project. Now your project should be goes for designing stage. So in that designing stage, there should be identified an architect or a group of architect. A group or a single architect required. Why more number of architects is not required means, if more are there, there may be a conflicts arises. That's why most number of project consist of single architect or 2 or 3 people involved in that group, between themselves identified a one leader. The leader is the initiator and will give guidance to the other people. The architect should have the functional requirements for the system. While giving architecture for the project, the architect needs to gather his all functional requirements. The functional requirements are the requirements that directly affect the your system. For example, you started implementing a project, the algorithms, the attributes, the system functionalities, these all are functional requirements, modules, what you are using. Non-functional requirements you may consider infrastructure, management. These all are comes under non-functional requirements that are also needed, that will indirectly helps to your project. Next, quality attributes that architecture is expected to satisfy. So while developing an architecture, the quality attribute identification is a very important. Quality attribute means the mandatory module which should be presented in our project. For example, college project we are implementing. In the college project, what all are mandatory modules we may consider? Staff, principal, departments. Now these all are mandatory modules required. If you not use any one mandatory module, your project will not comes with the efficient. The architecture should be well documented. Just now I said the documentation should be maintained for each and every person to be read and to be understand thereby own. After finishing of architecture, that architecture should be circulated to the persons, those who are all involved in the system, for the purpose of giving suggestions. Once you finalize the architecture, you will not fix that it is a finalized like that. Why? Because some people or stakeholders may give his modifications or may give their new requirements. That's why once you finalized the architecture, that copy should be circulated to all stakeholders. Stakeholders are nothing but those people are involved in the project. In previous class I said managers, end users, customers, programmers, each and every people. Why? Because to collect the any modifications, the architecture should be analyzed for applicable quantitative measures. Once you consider that all, architecture should be analyzed with the fixed or randomly some quantitative measures. And architecture should be incremental implementation of a skeletal system. Once you gathered modifications, now you will start a skeletal system of your project. Skeletal is nothing but a blueprint. The architecture should result in a specific set of resources, contention areas, which results clearly specified and circulated and maintained. These all steps will use the process. And second one, what are product recommendations, or it is also known as structural recommendations. The architecture should feature well defined modules. The architect, the major duty is he needs to identify mandatory modules which should be included in the project. If that particular module is not used, that may affect your overall performance of the project. Each module should have a well defined interface. Nothing but if you identified modules, there should be a sub-modules may be presented. Then you should collect relationships and communication paths between modules and sub-modules. And quality attribute should be achieved using well-known architectural tactics. There is a architectural tactics are there. We will see architectural tactics in the future classes. Separately we have tactics to achieve. A tactic is nothing but an idea or a logic which should be used to get a well defined attribute. The architecture should never depend on the particular version of a commercial product or tool. Why? Because once you fixed your project with the particular version only, there may be a chance the new requirements will come and new modification will come. At that time your project is ready to allow or ready to support the modifications. And modules that produce data should be separate from modules that consumes. We should take care of what modules are producing the data, what modules are consuming the data. In multi or parallel processing projects, the architecture should feature a well defined tasks. If not, there may be a conflict occur. Once conflict occur, then project will not comes with the efficient. And every task or process should be written so that its assignment to the specific processor can be easily changed. If not maintain specific tasks or specific processor depend, then it project will not comes with an efficient. The architecture should feature a small number of simple interaction patterns, because every module should be designed like interactive manner.